Welcome to this new video limits. Imagine a young man in his prime who doesn't carry a weapon, doesn't rob banks or break into houses, but who made the American government tremble with fear. A man pursued by the FBI for years, not because he was a conventional criminal, but because he possessed a different kind of weapon. A keyboard, a genius mind, and an unfathomable curiosity. Today, we will tell the story of Kevin Mitnick, the world's most famous hacker and a legend in systems penetration. He began his journey as a child and ended up as a security consultant after being on the most dangerous, wanted lists. Get ready. This isn't just a hacking story. It's an epic between the genius of an individual and the power of a state. Kevin David Mitnick was born on August 6, 1963 in Los Angeles, California. From an early age, he wasn't an ordinary child. His curiosity was insatiable, and his mind was always searching for ways to understand how. At the age of 12, he discovered something that would change his life: social engineering. Yes, before he even knew what the term meant, he was using it in his own way. He used his intelligence to talk to bus drivers and get free tickets using simple information he gathered from here and there. Years later, he acquired his first computer. From that moment on, everything in his life revolved around codes, systems, and communications. One of his first famous hacks was a company system in the late 1970s and early 1980s. Mitnick began exploring new worlds: telecommunications companies, universities, and even government systems. Pacific Bell, one of the largest telephone companies in California, wasn't stealing money or destroying systems. He simply wanted to know how they worked. But this curiosity began to worry the authorities. He was arrested for the first time at the age of 17, but the charges were minor, and he was released on parole. But Mitnick didn't stop. In the 1990s, Mitnick became more daring. He hacked into the systems of giant companies like Motorola, Fujitsu, Nokia, and even IBM. He was able to access, download, and even modify software code. He was also reportedly able to control communication systems and listen to private conversations. What made it even more dangerous was his ability to cover his tracks so completely that even the FBI didn't know where he was. In 1992, Mitnick disappeared from view and remained a fugitive for 2.5 years. During this time, he lived under false names, moved from state to state, and used encryption technologies and untraceable communications. He became a ghost in the eyes of the government. But even ghosts don't stay free forever. In 1995, he was tracked down and arrested with the help of another hacker, Tsutomu Shimomura, who cooperated with federal authorities to locate him. His apartment in Raleigh, North Carolina, was raided, and he was found engrossed in one of his hacks. He was charged with massive offenses, including hacking into more than 40 companies and stealing millions of dollars worth of software. The court sentenced him to 5 years in prison. Even inside prison, there were legends surrounding him. Imagine that the U.S. authorities feared Mitnick would use his prison phone to hack into government systems, so he was completely isolated and denied access to any electronic device. He was presented in the media as the man who could start a world war using nothing more than a payphone. But the truth? Mitnick wasn't a criminal in the traditional sense. He didn't steal money for himself. He didn't destroy systems. Rather, he was a knowledge seeker, using his mental abilities to push the boundaries of technology. In 2000, Mitnick was released from prison. But was his story over? On the contrary, it began again. Deciding to use his talents legally, he founded Mitnick Security Consulting and began working with some of the world's largest companies to protect them from hacking. He also became a lecturer, writer, and ambassador in the field of cybersecurity. He published his famous book, The Art of Hacking, which is considered one of the most important books in the field of digital security. Kevin Mitnick, from the most dangerous hacker to an icon in cybersecurity, Kevin Mitnick passed away on July 16, 2023, after a battle with illness. But his legacy lives on. He taught us that intelligence can be more powerful than any weapon, and that technology isn't always in the hands of governments. Kevin Mitnick's story isn't just about a hacker, but about a man who challenged the system, exposed its weaknesses, and then returned to fix it. Was he a hero or a criminal? Maybe both. But one thing is certain, he was an unrepeatable genius.